Let's remain standing and welcome them as they come. Gary and Galilee Guess, our evangelist, all the way from South Africa.
Thank you, Jesus.
Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give the Lord a hand clap of praise tonight. Do you love the Lord tonight? Do you love the Lord tonight? The Word of God says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Amen? Let's give Him another praise in this house. Hallelujah. Father, we just give you praise. Hallelujah. We give you glory. We give you honor. Hallelujah. Father, we just ask you have your way in this house tonight. Father, that not one of us in this house leave the same way we came in tonight. But we be changed from level to level and from glory to glory. And most of all, Lord, you have your way in each and every one of our lives. And the church said, Amen. Amen and amen. You can be seated if you want to. I'm trying to behave. And I don't know if I can.
It's all right, brother. Praise God.
But my wife says she wanted to do something that we do a lot of times, and she wants to allow a few of you to ask a few questions, and we'll try to answer it, which most people say never allow the congregation to ask evangelist questions. And I look at it this way. They didn't make our ministry. They can't break it. God made it. It's His. And we've always wondered sometimes how awesome it would be if, when we were growing up or when we were in church, had we had the opportunity to ask the evangelist coming through some questions.
Yes.
So if anybody has any questions, what I want you to do is raise your hand, and then because they're videoing tonight, wait till we get the microphone to you and ask the questions. Then either me or Galilee, one will answer. Anybody have any questions? There's one. All right. Now don't get like the First Church of the Frozen Chosen tonight.
Yeah, I was wondering, where is your son and daughter, and what are they doing now?
I miss him too.
We miss him as well. Our son got off the road about a year and a half ago. He went to work at a Walmart distribution center down in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. And our daughter has been off the road about 2 months. She's preparing to go to medical school this fall. So she's in Purcell, and she's looking at either going to OU there at Norman or going over to Arkansas to school. So that's where they are, and we definitely miss them being on the bus with us, because they weren't just children, they were very active parts of our ministry. Anybody else?
Sometimes we wonder when prophecy comes, how it comes and a person knows for sure that it's God, or it might be something they think.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take what I say with a deep breath, because it's going to sound that it's coming pompously. In my case, I can honestly say, when I give a word, I know that 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 I know.
Come on.
Even above that I'm blonde, that I know that it's God. Okay. But let me throw this next thing out. We gave a lady that's a lady pastor a word that within 3.5 months, God was going to give her a brand spanking new church. God showed us the amount and told her the amount. Told us and showed us the gentleman that would come with the amount and what kind of clothing he would have on.
Come on.
No, I need you to listen, because otherwise people are going to miss what I'm saying. The time and the date come and it gone. The gentleman never came. Oh, that was false. You missed it. You said you never missed it. You just missed it. She called me into a meeting, chewed me out from one side to the other side. I felt like a piece of gum. I told her, if God said it, then God is not a liar. He will bring truth to His name and to His word. She called me 3 days later weeping, and I said, what's wrong? She says, I've got to tell you, this afternoon at 4:30, exactly like you said, there was a knock on the officer's door at the church where we were in the storefront building. And a gentleman came walking in with a briefcase in the color you said, the suit he had, and God likes suits, for in case you forgot. Came in the suit of color you said, and sat down. And started telling me that at this time, this date, God told him to come to me at our storefront building that at that time was our church. And tell me that God has told him to help me build a church. And then proceed to throw open the briefcase with exactly the amount that God said. In cash. And actually, to make it more interesting, I gave half of it. And Gary gave the other half. So now most of you would say, oh, he's really not one. He missed it even worse. And the person went to proceed to tell her, I did not come. And this was my reason why. He says, there were 4 ladies in your church that had a meeting with me and told me how much you desperately as a pastor hate me and do not like me being a businessman within your church and within your town. And because of that bitterness and hurt came into my heart. I had the money, I had the heart, I heard the word, I knew what he said, but because of my hurt, I never came. God spoke the word. God was true to his word. But a person delayed God's season. I have told many people that God will heal them. They don't get healed. Did God lie? No. They did not have at that moment in themselves enough faith to believe for it. Or, if they had enough faith, there were others around them that judged them enough and disliked them enough or lied on them enough that they did not receive their breakthrough. He says that you cannot do miracles in your own country because the faith of the people is not there. I had to leave South Africa because of the spirit of unbelief. I had a running ministry, much bigger than I do right now. But it's interesting, ain't it? I'll say that again. It's interesting, ain't it? That the same person that they told that she was so far off is the same person they're calling back and want to put on local TV around the world. See what I'm saying? God's timing and God's season is perfect. Are you always in his timing and in his perfect place? Are you allowing those that are around you to stand in the sin of unbelief? Because it's a sin. There are many that don't like who you are and will gossip, lie, and stand with fiery darts that they want to shoot off at you at any time to disgrace the word of miracle God has for you on your life.